Hello everyone, I'm Sean. Alright, and this is Everyday Food Reviews. Today I've got 2 cans of iced coffee. Now, John picked these up for me in St Helens. They're both price marked at £1. We've got Boost Caramel Latte and Hell Energy Coffee Bourbon Vanilla Slim Latte with skimmed milk and reduced sugar. Now the Boost has 45 milligrams of caffeine per 100 ml, which means it's got 112.5 milligrams in the can, which is, a slightly higher concentration than something like Rain or the new Rockstar that has 200 milligrams per can, 40 milligrams per 100 ml. The Hell does have 40 milligrams per 100 ml, so it's the same concentration. You've got 100 milligrams in the can. So both of these combined is just a tiny bit more than just a can of Rain or something. The Boost Caramel Latte has 9.7 grams of sugar per 100 ml and virtually no fat, so it's got skimmed milk in, presumably. Yep, skimmed milk, but it does have a lot of sugar. It's got 2.8 grams of protein as well. The Hell has 3.9 grams of sugar per 100 ml and 2.7 grams of protein, and just it's actually got a bit more fat, 1.2 grams of fat, whereas the Boost has less than half a gram per 100 ml. So we'll start with the Boost. One thing to note, the Hell is Bourbon Vanilla flavour. That is just a flavour, it doesn't contain any alcohol or anything. We'll start with the Boost Caramel Latte. Like I said, John picked these up for me, so we've not done a video on either of these before, but we have done the other Boost coffees and the other Hell coffees. So it smells more of caramel than the Monster triple shot salted caramel espresso, which is good, because that sounded really nice, but it hardly tasted of caramel at all. Cheers. Yeah, it's got a decent caramel taste to it. Decent caramel flavour. It's pretty clean for coffee from a can. Yeah, the caramel flavour is nice. Other than that, it's just tastes of coffee and milk. It's a little bit bitter, but not too much so with the amount of sugar in there. But the caramel flavour certainly comes through more than with the Monster salted caramel espresso, and it's price marked at just £1. So straight away, that one's really impressed me. I know I recorded a Boost video recently where I was talking about Boost Mango and how bad Boost generally are for the money, because the price marks are 59p. But £1 for the coffee, that's in line with the other coffees, if not a bit less. Certainly less than the Monster ones, and it's better than the Caramel Monster one, so that's pretty impressive. Well, this one, it's a lot more pale. I didn't show the colour of the Boost one. I should show the colour. So, oh no. I don't. Oh, I've got a tissue there. There we go. Yeah, the Hell one doesn't smell as much of coffee. It's certainly a lot lighter in colour. So that's interesting. I'm not smelling any bourbon. It's getting a bit of vanilla, but compared to the Boost one, it doesn't smell of much at all, to be honest. Cheers. Ooh. It's really strong, creamy, smooth vanilla flavour. It doesn't taste as much of coffee. It's got a lot less sugar in, so I'm wondering if they've artificially inflated the amount of caffeine in there so they can get away with putting less sugar in there because they have to, because they put less coffee in there. I mean, if I'm drinking coffee, to be honest, I normally go for a black Americano. So I don't necessarily need, oh great, don't necessarily need the amount of sugar you find in a lot of coffee, but I would lean towards the Boost one, given the choice between these two. Even though it's got the more sugar in there, it does taste more of coffee. If you like the big fancy lattes from Starbucks that don't taste a lot of coffee, you'll probably be a fan of this Hell one. Not really tasting any bourbon, it just tastes like a very milky, weak in terms of coffee, but it's milky, sweet vanilla latte. It's very sweet and creamy. It's not like there's no flavour to it. It just doesn't taste much of coffee. But it's good to see them bringing out more coffee drinks. And it's still about twice the price of a 250ml energy drink, but there's a bit more caffeine in there. Yeah, that one definitely tastes more of coffee. But you can taste the caramel there. This one tastes less of coffee, and you can't really taste the bourbon in it, but it is really smooth and creamy like a milkshake. I'd get either one of these again, but personally I just tend to get an energy drink if I'm going to the shop for something like this. Some people don't like energy drinks and they do like coffee. It's half the price of getting a coffee from a coffee shop. It's potentially more convenient and quicker. So I think a lot of people are going to like either one of these, depending on how much they like coffee to taste of coffee, to be honest. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the £1 price mark. It is more than an energy drink, but it's less than the Starbucks double shot espresso or the Monster espresso or the Costa espressos that you see. It's a lot cheaper than any sort of big name brand of those. So it's good. It's good. I hope they do well and bring out more flavours. Even though they're generally quite similar, they're generally just sort of coffee, milky, really sweet coffee. A lot of people would say that about the energy drinks, that they're all the same, and I still like to try all of those. So yeah, it's good to see. I hope they bring out more flavours. But thanks. I'll wrap it up there. Nothing more to say on. Excuse me. Nothing more to say on those. Thanks very much for joining us. See you next time. Cheers.